Well, we have another amazing guest with us for this session. I want to introduce you guys to Sara Banta, and she is a renowned certified dietary supplement professional and a member of the National Association of Nutritional Professionals, and is celebrated for her dedication to empowering individuals to achieve optimal health through the transformative power of cutting-edge natural supplements, DNA-based nutrition, and lifestyle changes. As the founder of the award-winning and cutting-edge brand Accelerated Health Products, named Most Innovative Supplement Company 4 years in a row, very impressive, Sara. Sara has established herself as a trailblazer in the health and wellness industry, pioneering innovative solutions to support holistic well-being. With a passion for educating and inspiring others, Sara hosts the Top 10 Health Podcast, The Accelerated Health with Sara Banta, where she shares invaluable insights in the latest trends, research, and breakthroughs in health and nutrition. Thank you so much for being with us today, Sara.
I'm super excited about this talk and this conversation because I'm very passionate about it and I'm living it. So
I
super
love it.
excited to dive in.
Thank you so much. Well, I would love for you to share just a little bit about your journey of how you got here.
Yeah, so I know we don't have a ton of time. I could go on and on about my journey, but essentially, I hit my own rock bottom. After 3 pregnancies, everything was depleted out of my body. Western medicine did not give me any answers, so I found my natural practitioner. He used a skio machine, which is a scalar enhanced machine to diagnose over 10,000 things in your body. And literally, when he started talking to me, I started crying because I thought, oh my gosh, someone finally understands what I'm going through. I had gut issues, heavy metal toxicity, PCOS, infertility, hair falling out, acne, and wrinkles starting up. And I was trying to be a mom and a wife and do all the things. Wasn't working yet at the time. But we started peeling my health like an onion,
Mhm.
getting back on track. I just dove into all of the information out there on natural health. My mentor started giving me things to study like Ayurvedic medicine, Chinese medicine, the natural cutting edge nutraceuticals. And that's what my brand is about, is combining old wisdom and novel new ingredients and then enhancing with scalar frequencies. But then on my journey, my eldest, Jackson, at the age of 9, essentially was diagnosed with leukemia.
Mm.
And I thought, okay, I've got a bigger calling here. I started crying when the practitioner said, "I see cancer cells." And my son looks at me in that moment and he said, "Mom, why are you crying? You're gonna fix me." And I
Mm.
said, "You're right." And so then my job, my purpose in life became so much more.
Mm.
I had to be healthy for me, for my wife, for my husband, for my kids, and
Mm.
now I had to be an advocate for my son. And we were not going to go the traditional route. So that was also bunking a trend where family members said, "You are crazy." And, I had people not wanting to talk to me because I was that crazy natural health person. Well, within a year, not only were the cancer cells gone,
Mm.
but and it was due to the one flagship product, the Accelerated Silver. And I didn't know much about diet and other supplements at that time. That's all I had. Now I have a ton more stuff at my disposal. But when we were sitting down with that a year later, and the practitioner said, "I've never seen such beautiful blood. The cancer cell's gone. There's no nutritional deficiencies. These cells are big and bold and beautiful." And I started laughing and crying at the same time. And Jackson looks at me and goes, "Mom, I don't know why you're surprised. I knew you were going to do it." And then at that point, it was literally within a week that one of my best friends says, "Oh, I just took my daughter, who's 2 years old, to the doctor. She has a cold and they put her on a steroid and an antibiotic." And I thought, no. So I knew I had to share. And I dove deeper and deeper into supplements, diet, lifestyle situations, and then it just exploded. With the pandemic, this creates so many more issues, more
Mhm.
than ever. people are suffering at every age of chronic disease, of manic depression, of anxiety, of sleep issues, of hormonal issues.
Mhm.
Menopausal issues are horrible, infertility, and the young girls are suffering from painful menstrual cycles. So you've got it across the board. And men, estrogen dominance, their testosterone's going in the tank. I had a client say, I'm happily married. And I looked at my husband the other day as he's looking at me going, I have no libido left. Are we just going to be friends for the rest of our lives? There's nothing wrong with their marriage, but both of them don't have a libido left.
Oh,
And
wow.
so it's life has become a lot more difficult with this modern age of toxins, radiation, stressors. Um, our food system's been hijacked. So we have so many other issues that are making life more difficult on top of the worries of being a working mom, a wife, holding it together, taking care of our physical body. Because if we do not have a physical foundation,
Mhm.
all the things fall apart, the wheels come off, and we cannot be that person we want to be for everyone else.
Oh my gosh. Yes, to all of that. What a powerful story. I did not know that part of your story. So thank you for sharing. It had me emotional for a second. It's just, oh my God. And so beautiful. And I love how your son's such a champion. And it's just like no doubt, full belief in
Yeah.
mama. That's so awesome. So yes, like the what you just said with the extra stressors with raising families, climbing the corporate ladder, being a wife, all the things. What do you think are the most overlooked symptoms of perimenopause and menopause that are quietly affecting women's focus and energy and confidence at work?
Well, during perimenopause and menopause, we literally have an organ that dies. Okay. Our ovaries stop working. And what happens is our female hormones then have to be produced by our adrenals. Our adrenals are there to handle stress, to
Mhm.
produce cortisol, to that battery pack of just energy, which is affected by too much exercise or too much stress or lack of sleep. Well, now it's got this extra burden to deal with, right? So my daughters who are 18 and 20 can work out for 4 hours and handle it. I
Mhm.
can't anymore.
Mhm.
This body says, no, I'm going to take you down. I'm going to actually put weight on your body, slow your metabolism, increase your cortisol, make your hair fall out, make your nails brittle, your skin creepy, and retain water. Digestion goes down, constipation ensues, all of these things because when the body's overstressed, it doesn't know that it is a financial stress or a exercise stress, or if you're going to face a famine or you're chased by a tiger. It doesn't know the difference. It just knows it's stressed. So, and that also includes the stress of being exposed to a virus or your liver being backed up because of having to deal with the food system with more glyphosate and toxins in it than ever before, with the water being fluoridated, which is a toxin, which is a stressor on the body. All of these things have piled up and our livers don't know what to do.
Mhm.
Well, the adrenals and the liver and all of the organs are controlled by the master endocrine gland, the thyroid.
Mm.
So if your thyroid has a stressor or sees a stress, what is it going to do? It is going to convert that hormone T4, which is the inactive thyroid hormone, into reverse T3. What is reverse T3? It says, I'm in survival mode. I don't know what to do here except for I need to pack on the pounds around my expensive organs around the belly. That's the cortisol fat, and maybe even up on the shoulders, like a pad up here. If you've got this pad of fat up here and the belly fat and skinny legs, that is the adrenal body type telling you that you are under threat.
Mm.
And that is, so many women are carrying that and they're not eating and they don't understand why they're not losing weight. Well, the body says, I'm going to hold on to every ounce of fat because I don't know if I'm going to eat in 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be attacked by a tiger.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't feel safe.
Mm.
So thyroid metabolism shut down, fat burning shuts down, fat storing increases, adrenals start pushing out more cortisol, more cortisol, more cortisol. And what's interesting is that T4 and T3, those thyroid hormones, stand for 4 and 3 molecules of iodine. Iodine, iodine, iodine. So when you are stressed, your adrenals use more iodine and more salt than ever before. A
Mm.
lot of women don't um, use a lot of electrolytes or hydrate enough. I actually had a client contact me yesterday and she'd like to lose some weight. And you look at her and you go, well, you eat plenty. You are not, you know, slight. You've got a full figure. She lives off of Starbucks Monster drink to get her through the day, and she barely eats a dinner at night.
Wow.
Her body is under threat. Her
Yeah.
body's in survival mode. And it is going to hold on to every little morsel of food that she takes in, right? And things only get worse when you get into perimenopause and menopause because the hormones have gone down and that is going, and then your body's in this modern toxic world has taken on more xenoestrogens, the bad estrogens,
Mm.
and that is going to trigger a hormonal imbalance. Well, I mentioned iodine. Well, iodine helps with balancing your hormones. Iodine, 96% of the United States is deficient in iodine. It is no longer in our soils or our food supply. A lot of iodine supplements come from toxic sources. So you might be getting, if you are on an iodine supplement, you might be getting one that's toxic to your body. But you need that iodine to help with your thyroid hormones, to boost that metabolism, to help with the mental state. So more than ever, antidepressants are being prescribed.
Yeah.
75% of medication is antidepressants. I
Mhm.
ask all three of my kids, how many of your friends are on either ADHD or antidepressant medications? They like roll their eyes and they say, Mom, everybody, all of
Mhm.
them. I
Mm.
mean, 100%. And that's just the kids.
Yeah.
And here we are, us moms, in this later stage, we've got these kids to deal with, husbands or spouses, a career. We have so much on our plate. And we say we don't have enough time for ourselves. Well, number one, iodine deficiency is the number one cause of depression.
Mm.
Most doctors prescribing antidepressants do not test the full thyroid panel. If you take nothing more from today's talk, go get a full panel,
Mhm.
not just TSH and T4. You want the free T3, that is your metabolism, and that reverse T3, which is your stress mechanism. Those two numbers are going to tell you where you are. Now, by supplementing with iodine, you're feeding your brain, you're detoxing your cells of all of the toxins we are being exposed to. You're clearing that brain fog, you're helping balance your hormones, you're cleansing your liver to
Mhm.
do its job from all of the stuff it's being impacted. Your liver is where you hold on to frustration and anger. So
Mm.
during that menopausal period, how many times are you impulsively yelling at your spouse or your kids, going, God, I hate the person I've become. I'm impulsive, I'm negative, I can't control my anger. That's liver. Are you waking up in the middle of the night? That's your liver.
Mm.
So iodine's a big part of that, but then you really have to focus on your liver as well. We've created a liver supplement called Accelerated Liver Care that helps with hormonal adjustments and regulation, detoxing the liver, getting all these toxins out of the body, and helping with your body fat and your protein assimilation into the body. So
Mm.
your liver is where fat and protein become assimilated or broken down and digested. Okay, so if it's not working, and you take in that high fat, low carb diet that you think is supposed to work, right? and you feel nauseous or you start gaining fat, it's because your liver's not working. You
Mm,
got to get your liver to work for everything else to work. The thyroid and the liver. Are you losing your hair? Thyroid, liver. Are
mm,
your nails getting weak? Is your skin getting creepy? Thyroid, liver. Are you retaining water? Are you feeling bloated? Yes, bloat can be from a lack of enzymes in the stomach, but it's also because of your liver. And when your liver is clean and your thyroid's working, you're able to handle stress. And
mm,
it's not that the stressors are going to go away,
mhm,
it's your perceived stress. It's
mm,
how I handle it.
mm,
Now, when we're talking about how to deal with all of this stuff that's on our plates during this period of time, I like to look at the foundation of giving your body what it needs first. So then you feel like, okay, now I can make the changes to my diet. Now I can go to the gym or even just go for a walk in the morning. Now I have the energy. You to tell somebody to change their eating habits when they have no energy, good luck.
yeah.
You've got to give the brain and the body the energy and the fuel and the fat burning capabilities so that they say, okay, now I can do it.
Mhm, mm,
So two supplements that are game changers, accelerated iodine, accelerated liver care. Then what you want to do, get rid of the processed foods.
mhm.
If it comes in a package, it's processed. If it's a low carb, organic protein bar, it's still processed. You
Yes.
want food that is whole. I don't care if it's carbs, I don't care if it's fat. You want
Mhm,
to prioritize protein, best if it's wild animal protein. The more protein you eat, the more energy you will have, the more stable your blood sugar, the better your hormones, the better you feel, and you will then be able to move forward quicker. And then as you're cleaning up your diet, make sure you're hydrating, electrolytes. You can use, we have an accelerated salt with 62 minerals. Use that, hydrate the cells so they have energy and they are able to plump out the toxins to get them out, those bad estrogens.
mm,
And then, you know, diet, then start moving the body.
mhm,
If you're someone is who's running 8 miles a day, cut it down to a 2 mile walk with your dog and get in the gym and lift heavy weights.
mhm,
That is going to help your hormones. That's actually going to change your body composition better than actually the chronic cardio. But if you're someone who's never hasn't worked out in years because you're so tired and you're in this hormonal area where you can't get out, just start walking. Just start walking, maybe start doing some squats, maybe some push-ups on your knees. Just start slow, increase one each day. Just take it at your own speed, but start moving your body. And for the women out there who say, I don't have time, you know what I do? I get up earlier. I get up earlier than everyone else in the household. It's my favorite time of day. I've got my coffee, I've got my dog, and everyone else is quiet. I get my most impactful work done
mhm,
from 5 to 6:30.
mhm,
That is my power hour. And then I go do my workout. And why do I do it in the morning? Because then no one else can take it away from me. That
mhm,
is my time. I never schedule anything during that time. I can never say I'm too tired
mhm,
because it's not at the end of the day.
mhm,
Things can happen with husbands and kids and dogs and elderly parents and work where you have to stay at work an hour late or whatever, and that workout gets pushed to the side.
mhm.
You are the most important. You
Yes.
have to take care of yourself to be able to take care of everybody else. So I know I said a lot there. I'm
Oh,
sure you
it
understood.
was perfect because I was like, I where I wanted you to go was with some nutritional and lifestyle stuff, and you just like you gave us all of it, and it's so so important. And this last piece of yeah, we get to put ourselves on the schedule. Like we literally just have to put ourselves on the schedule, and it will vary with life. I know when my son was a toddler, I used to get up at 4:30. That was literally the only
Yep.
time before he woke up, before I took him to daycare, before I went to work. And now it's different because again, as seasons change, we get to adjust that. But I always say we always make time for what's important to us, and I'm in my own calendar too, because otherwise I run the risk of, like you said, just demands coming at me, especially
Yeah.
later in the day for whatever reason, and then it wouldn't get done. So that is so, so key. I would love to ask you too, because you already gave us, the get ask for the full thyroid panel. So critical. I didn't know this. I just found out about this last fall, so I ended up getting it done. And exactly what you were saying. My T3 was off, and now I'm on the bioidentical T3, and it's like I feel completely different. So it's amazing how a tiny
Yes.
change or supplementation can just impact the whole energy system.
Yep.
Um, but how would you, because a lot of women get dismissed in traditional medicine. So they go to the doctor, they say they're suffering with chronic fatigue. That was actually my experience when I was in my early 40s. And for 5 years, they were sending me to specialists, and nobody found anything until I found somebody like you. So thank you for what you do. And how do we advocate for ourselves when we're maybe dismissed by, it's in your head, we don't know what's wrong with you? What I used to hear about was, I don't know what's wrong with you. That used to be the answer.
You find a new doctor. So this is the thing that is so interesting. And I went through this with my mom who had fallen off her horse, had to get her pelvis. She broke her pelvis. She was put on pain medications. Her liver enzymes went up. Her liver doctor told her to get off all of the supplements that I put her on.
Hmm.
And she said, Sarah, I believe you, but I can't. I have to listen to my doctor. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, no, you pay the doctor. They are there to serve you. Do
Hmm.
not be scared of the doctor. If you are asking for something and they are not giving it to you, find a new doctor. You are in control. Find people like me. I do free group coaching on Telegram. All of you can join. It's easy. I post tips and tools daily. You can learn on a daily basis. You're part of a like-minded group. You can ask your questions to the group.
Yeah.
Hey, my doctor won't do the reverse T3 test. What do you guys all recommend?
Hmm.
Anyone in my group will say, find a new doctor, and here's my doctor. And go to this doctor or
Hmm.
do whatever. But my point is us women have been taught to not use our voices in
Hmm.
a man's world. And the problem is that most studies and research have been done on men. And so they don't know about menopause. Doctors have not learned about menopause. And it's really interesting. There's a Dr. Bill Campbell, who is he's an expert in fat loss and body composition, and he does all these tests. He's this big built man. Um, he's coming out now focusing on menopause,
Hmm.
not because he just decided to. But his own wife, who was a very fit woman, just like him, all of a sudden gained 15 to 20 pounds, and she was depressed, and he had no idea what to do with her.
Yes.
And and so they dove into it, and he's now realizing that there's so little information about women. And so he's doing the work. So he's an outlier, but the typical doctor is not doing that. It's not their fault. They just were not taught it in medical school.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so powerful. So, so important. I love that. Find a new doctor. Yeah, there is something to it. And I really, really love that you're bringing that up because it is true. Not only, are we not taught to use our voice, but then we're also, a lot of us, I know that was true for me. I grew up in communist Poland where like there was this authority was, like we just listened. And so I had to break through that own piece with myself where it's like, no, I get to trust myself. I don't quite, what they're saying to me is not resonating with me. So like there is that deeper piece of our own intuition, which as women we are so gifted with. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah, asking questions and trusting that whatever you're feeling is true and you get to follow the nudge and get the answers that you need. And I know you also have a gift for our audience. Would you share a little bit about what that is, Sarah?
Yes, it's a free ebook on all things colloidal silver. And remember, this is the supplement that literally changed my son's life. I
Mm,
have to also say it's the supplement that through the pandemic, all five of us, him and his two sisters, going through elementary school and junior high and high school
mhm,
during this pandemic, and my husband and I all tested positive at least once, no symptoms. The
mhm.
silver is antiviral, antibacterial, pathogenic. It cleanses the blood. You can use it as a acne treatment, spray it in your eyes for eye infections, ears for your ear infections. But the ebook tells you everything and tells you the difference between all different types of colloidal silver. So that, but then also I wanted to make sure everybody's invited to my free group coaching on Telegram. It's like I said, it's free. It's the link is on my website at sarabantahealth.com. And it's a really safe space, supportive space that keeps you motivated and you don't feel isolated in this world where us women are just trying to take on the world and we feel so alone.
Yeah, yeah, so good. So we're popping the link in the chat right now. Those of you who are with us live, grab that gift. And if you're watching the replay, it's right underneath this video. So make sure you grab this free ebook and connect with Sarah. I'm jumping into this Telegram. I'm enrolled. Um, such a wonderful gift. So thank you so much for being with us today, for sharing all of this wisdom. Ladies watching, I hope you go back when you get the replay, go back and listen to this, take some notes and take them to your doctor, to your practitioner, connect with Sarah, connect with other people in your area if she's not accessible to you. And but you do support virtually, I
Oh,
would
yeah.
imagine. Yeah, so connect with Sarah. And she'll guide you. I have so many more questions. We could be here for hours. But I so appreciate you being with us, your time, your wisdom, and we'll see you again soon, I hope.
Thank you.